And we are live. Just like that. We are back. So good to be back, but let's get right into it. Oh, yeah. We are back, baby. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. I am your host, Veronica.
I just realized I left my shit downstairs. God, I'm gonna have to go get it in a little bit.
Lord
I'm about to
have
cut my
mercy.
camera off because I ain't got no pants on.
Oh,
Please, please. You gotta charge for that.
we don't want to see any of that tonight, okay? Welcome to Take It Tea of Life. I am your host, Veronica. Back with you on this Tuesday. We have my brother Victor, damn it, boy White, back with us tonight. That was too many, but hey. And we have not a special guest. She's no longer a guest. She is part of the show. Give it up for Neat Cruz.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yes, welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. It seems like we haven't been here forever. It's been, 2 weeks since we did the show. We are so happy to be back, bringing you guys a fire show tonight. And before we get started, let me once again say hearts and prayers are going out to Brother Fatim and his family as they go through bereavement. Please keep them in your prayers. We are excited to be back tonight. Hopefully, all of you had a great weekend. Victor, would you like to share a little bit? How was your weekend?
Um, it was cool. I mean, I finally started the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit series, and I'm really into it now. I was watching before we went online. I was watching it start the Lord of the Rings, but other than that, I mean, that's about it.
Yeah. What about you, Nate?
I'm sorry. I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. It wasn't as eventful as Victor's.
Okay. Okay. Well, I had an extremely busy weekend.
What'd
Um,
you do?
of course, fitness was involved. I had 2 classes Saturday. Then I went to a birthday party where I was invited to a birthday party. Didn't know the young lady, but I went with a friend of mine, um, Esther, and she introduced me to the young lady who was having the party, and it was good vibes all night long. Everybody there was friendly, and we just we had a great time. Sunday, I attended a beautiful gathering.
Where was this gathering at?
It was in Hartsville, small town called Hartsville.
What kind
And
of
it was a
gathering
baby.
was it?
It was a baby shower. It was really, really nice. It was,
Oh, beautiful.
yes, very,
Any
very.
who's the parents?
Hmm. A beautiful lady named Brittany and some dude named Victor.
He was dressed to success, wasn't he?
Woo! Them socks did it, honey.
I was about to say them long socks.
Yes, but it was a great time. So congratulations
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I
the
had a good time. I appreciate everybody who came to my son's baby shower. Hopefully, he will be here healthy by the end of next month.
yes.
And I am thoroughly excited to meet him.
Yes. I am too. Auntie.
We'll see about 2 a.m. when his ass over here crying and shit.
See, that's the best part about being auntie. You ain't got to be around for that.
You
Okay.
drop him off, baby.
Nope.
Give them back. Right? Yes. What's going on, Jacqueline? Hey, Jason. Hey, Mr. Sammy. Hey, Patricia. Yes. Welcome all of you back to the show. We are super excited to be back tonight with an awesome show. Patricia said you was looking like Mr. Brown. Mhm.
You
he
were.
Hey, y'all don't know
With them
style,
long
man.
socks.
Right.
At your knees.
Where was he
That's what you're
going?
supposed to do. I'm somebody daddy now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You got to dress the part. Wait till I pull
Okay.
them Grill Master 3000s out with my black church socks.
Oh.
Oh, he gonna get embarrassed.
Whatever makes you happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whatever makes you.
I hope the food is as good.
You said what?
I hope the food is as good. You can't have money, you can't cook.
You said what?
He must can't hear me.
Can you hear Neat?
I get what did she say?
The food needs to be good if you're
Hope
gonna have
you can
those shoes
cook.
on.
Oh, you're right.
Can
You're
you
right.
cook?
You're right.
Can you cook, Victor?
I mean, do it look like I missed the meal?
Make
I
sure
don't
my
mean
mic-
you cooked it.
Let me make sure my mic on.
I might can't cook, but I know how to find something. How about that?
Whoa. Okay then. All right.
Here comes Tasha says, yes, welcome my husband back after a long weekend in Vegas. Welcome back, dog.
Welcome back, Jason. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes. And welcome back, all of you, back to the tea. Tonight we have an email letter. So we're gonna jump right into it. If all your hearts and minds are clear, we'll get right into the email letter so that we can help this young man out. Try to anyway. You know, I always get excited when we have email letters from the men because, you know, we're always getting email letters from the women. So we have an email from the men from a guy. So just a second, guys.
Do I need to go get my bell?
No. Hey, baby. Meet the whites. Instead of the browns, it was meet the whites. All right, y'all. Let's get into this letter right now. See there? Jason, you ain't right. Let me find the letter. I'm trying to stall.
I believe that, hey Jason, that's pretty much the gist of the whole thing. We know that, but we just gonna sit here and wait.
Really?
We just gonna sit here and wait.
Oh gosh. All right, here we go. I was going to say, hope I didn't delete it already. All right, so y'all ready? So it starts off by saying, a very confused best friend. All right. Dear Tangy T, my best friend and I have been friends for over 30 years since we were 10 years old. And like that saying goes, we are definitely those bad boys for life. He has been married for 15 years and has decided to leave his wife for his mistress. His mistress is very flirtatious towards me and other men, but it's like he's too blind to see what type of woman she really is. I've told him that he really needs to consider staying with his wife because, for one, he has 3 kids from his wife, and it's definitely cheaper to keep her. And also, being that his mistress knows he is married and is encouraging him to leave, she let him know she is no good and is really only thinking about her benefits and not the effect it's going to have in the future. After I voiced my opinion, he hasn't spoken to me in about 6 months and won't respond to any of my messages or phone calls. This is really bothering me because I can't believe he has given up on a 30-year friendship for a piece of booty. I am so confused and just trying to figure out, should I just walk away from this friendship too, or should I wait? And should I wait when she hurts him and be there for him? Sincerely, she only loves what he can do for her. So this is deep. Friends for 30 years, trying to give his friend some advice from what he sees from his side of things, which she's very flirtatious and no good for him in the friend's eyes. 30 years is a long time to be friends with someone. And I feel like when you're friends with someone 30 years, that friendship means something very special to you. It should mean something special to the both of you. Yes, we do have to be careful when someone is running telling us things, whether it's a friend or not. But 30 years is a long time, and I feel like 30 years. 30 years. You should have your trust in your friend. And I feel like if my friend of 30 years is coming to me and saying that my man is flirting with her, I'm definitely going to have a side eye. And he said, well, we're talking about the mistress, not the wife. So let me back up. We're talking about his mistress is being flirtatious with him, not the actual wife. Let me go back to the letter. Did he say that he left the wife already?
No, he was leaving. He's thinking about leaving.
Okay,
for the mistress. So technically, the mistress is free to flirt with whoever she wants because he's still technically married.
Right, and he shouldn't be having no mistress on the side for one, But we know things happen. We know things.
I will say this. I'm not gonna say things happen. I will say this when it comes to your friendship. Instead of giving your opinion on what you think he should have done, ask him how his marriage is going. Ask him how his mental health is. Because a lot of men stay in marriages because it is cheaper to keep them and are miserable. And maybe he needs an excuse to leave. He may not even stay with his mistress, but maybe he needs an excuse to leave. Or an excuse for her to leave. And a lot of times, like, when you go to your friend for advice and it's like, man, you're being stupid, stay in that situation, and, he's not happy in that situation, it's like you're adding to that frustration.
Yeah. I was trying to see in here, did he say anything about the wife? He didn't, did he? Mm-mm. He just said that they was married for 15 years and he decided to leave his wife for his mistress. I mean, there's always, as Victor says, there's always a reason for someone wanting to get out of the marriage. I feel like sometimes that's just in this person, like they have to have someone else. That man or that woman could be doing everything that they should be doing, but that person just have to step out because that's a choice that they want to make. So we don't know what kind of wife he have. We don't know what they're going through, what he's dealing with, like you said, mental health, or whatever he could be going through from that marriage is why he stepped out. But either way, I do what you need to do at home first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then step out and do your things. And we know majority of the times it doesn't work that way. They want to keep the cake and eat it as well. So, Victor, we'll let you jump in here and get your thoughts on it.
So the whole thing that, and me and Veronica, you had this conversation. Y'all women overthink things too much, and you blowing past what you see every day, but he's just applying it to something else. This guy's 40 years old. All right. He's past the minivan stage. He's going into his middle life. He's going through a midlife crisis, so to speak. She is his Corvette. She is his Lamborghini. She is his Ferrari.
The mistress?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He no longer wants to live this by the
Family
book
life.
lifestyle. He's into the I need to catch up on everything before I leave. And this flirtatious woman, not to say she's a bad woman, but she's completely 180 degrees what it seems like he's accustomed to. He's fascinated with her. This is his midlife crisis. This is his Harley Davidson. His leather pants as a 40-year-old man riding down the road. There's nothing you can do. You will end up losing your friend if you try to buck him. Let that man live his life.
Yeah.
We might not agree with it, but if he happy, we should all be happy.
That goes into what I said. You don't know where his mental health is. You don't know how he feels or why he's stepping out. And a lot of times we tell people you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, without even knowing everything. We kind of just give them our judgment based off of a picture we see, when the picture has 1,000 words. So if you don't want to lose a friendship, let your friend be. Mind your business.
And I feel like, the ones that are committed to the ones that they are with, they definitely, the ones that's really, really into that, like they're into just that person who they're dealing with. And they feel like everyone that surround them should have that same mindset. So he's probably that friend that's like, dude, you don't need to be doing that. He's probably, trying to get his friend to make the right decision in his eyes. But like you said, and that's what I tell people, like, you don't know what is going on in someone's household. You looking from the outside in, you're making judgment. You don't know what takes place. You don't know what this husband and his wife conversation is like inside that home. You don't know what they deal with on a day-to-day basis. So we definitely have to be careful when we say, don't leave. Why do you want to go? You don't know what I deal with at the house.
That's why I say leave.
Me too.
Hey, if it ever crossed your mind to leave, that means it's gotten that bad and you should leave. In my opinion, if it ever crossed your mind that something else is better, you already on the downward slope to the shit being over with. Because I feel like, and it's just my opinion, I feel like if we in something and I'm already thinking about the end and we just not getting into it, the shit ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last.
Yeah, if you're thinking like that at the beginning, yeah. But I'm talking about, this is a 15-year marriage.
That don't matter. I'm just saying,
like, if this is the first time, yeah, like
I get what you're saying, but we don't know if this is the first time. Right. He only knows of this being the first time. So a lot of people put time on why you need to stay or why you need to work on this when it's been 15 years. And if you're not happy at this point, before it becomes another 15 years, go ahead and get out of it. As a friend, if my friend came to me and she was doing whatever on the side from her husband, there has to be a reason behind why she's doing it. I can't come to her and be a Debbie Downer and be like, yo, you need to stop cheating on your husband and do what you need to do to fix your marriage, because I don't know what's going on in her marriage that made her feel the need to step out, because it's not even about the mistress or, any other woman that he ends up messing with. It's about what he's feeling at that moment. So as a friend, you're not even caring about his overall well-being. You're caring about somebody else that may be stressing him out.
Boy, I wish I had my bill. Damn, I wish I had my bill.
But I'm not gonna, and I always say this on the show. All of us been in, had breakups before. All of us been in relationships. I don't know if you two have been in long relationships, but it's not easy to just, when something happened, just to say, I'm out. For me, I'm speaking for Veronica. It's not
I've
easy.
never been married, so I can't say that. I haven't been married, so I can't, even like and I have a friend that is going through a divorce, and I'm sure at points like I've wanted to tell her to just leave, and I've spoken to another friend about it, and she was like, she's married and it ain't that easy.
It's
So like, it's not something that I would tell a friend to leave. However, I will say like, hey, if you're ready to leave, I'm here. Like,
yeah.
I help you see what we can do, et cetera, et cetera. And I understand like it's hard to leave from what you're familiar to. But mostly a lot of times men stay in marriages or things longer than they have to be because of how they're going to look to everybody if they leave. If
Who
she
you
left
say?
him,
Did you say
men.
men?
Yes,
Men,
men.
men.
If
I
a
think
woman
women.
leaves, if his wife left him, it would be, oh, he cheated on her. That's the reason why she left. She did great, awesome. But nobody's worrying about if she stressed him out every day. If she beat on him.
I'm going to
If
get my
every
belt
day
because
was
you
an
ain't giving her no
argument.
belts.
I mean, I'm trying to hear what
And
she's saying. I'm
it's
listening.
it's to a point where it's okay for us as women to leave a marriage when we're done, but it's hard for us to understand when a man is leaving us, because it's like, why are you leaving me? Why are you cheating on me? When, like I said, we don't know what this man's mental health is. And as his friend, when you're approaching him and you're like, you're wrong, it's like you're adding to that frustration of, man, you don't know what the hell I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what my mindset is. You don't know what I go in day out. It's beyond if she cooks and clean. It's beyond if can you, like, 15 years is a long time and people grow apart. And it could
Mm-hmm.
be y'all may have had fun conversations 10 years ago. And now it's like y'all can't even have a conversation. She's like, oh, okay, whatever. Y'all don't spend no time together. Y'all don't have the same interests anymore. Y'all don't even want to do anything together. And a lot of times it turns into him sitting there for the kids, or him sitting there because it is cheaper to keep her. Him sitting there and now he's gray hair, had a heart attack, and the only one that's benefiting off of that is the woman.
So you're saying him because this letter is about a man. That's why you keep saying
Yeah.
him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like the
Okay.
man is saying that, he feels like he's about to lose a 30-year friendship over some booty. It ain't about no booty. He's making it about booty, but it has nothing to do with the mistress at all. It's what is going on with his mindset of where he is in life. He might be going through a midlife crisis, then he might be just over the relationship. You have no idea. But right now, that mistress could have been, like somebody said in the comments, she could have been around for 10 years.
Right.
And it may have come to a point.
No.
I'm just saying, I'm just, let me finish. I'm just saying, she could have been around for 10 years. She could have been around for 5 years. She could have been around for however long. It doesn't matter. He's to a point where obviously she's not the reason why he's leaving. He's just looking for a reason, like, yeah, I'm ready to leave my wife.
Hold that thought. Check this out. Women leave men every day, but when a man leaves a woman, you can bet your last quarter something wrong with that particular woman. Men ain't gonna leave a woman if she claimed to be good.
Because men don't leave.
We don't.
Men don't
We
leave.
don't
Men can be
leave.
as miserable as possible, and they will not leave you. They will even act like they're fighting for the marriage, so you won't leave, so they won't look bad. But men will not leave you. You have to
I'm about
leave
to
a
go
man.
get my damn bell.
So Victor, you won't leave.
Everybody done broke up on me. Ask them. I don't go nowhere.
I'm giving them a bell.
They done left me. Now, I'm not saying I ain't give them no reason to leave, but I didn't pull the trigger.
Jason says, don't nobody care about what the Bible says no more, huh? Nope, they sure don't, Jason. They don't. Because they so quick to leave. Whatever. Hey, Patricia. That's for me.
But see, vows are just the same. Your vows are whatever you say. That, like, your
I'll be
vows
right
is to
back.
make sure that person is good. Like, you want to spend the rest of your life with this person. That may change in 5 years. That may change in 10 years. That's why a lot of people now are doing their own vows, because I don't know if this is forever. Right now, it's for right now. I enjoy you right now at this moment. I feel like you're my soulmate. I love you. Even ending the marriage, relationship, or whatever, you can still say, I love this individual. If something was to happen to her or to him tomorrow, I'm there. I'm there to make sure they're okay. And you'll see a lot of older people who are no longer together. You'll see like, oh, well, my mom was taking care of my dad, but they're not together. Because like that love is not lost. It's just a matter of it did not work out. And you don't want to stay in something where you start to grow to hate somebody.
But who is, I mean, who is at fault there? Because I feel like if you want something to work, you work at it. Now you work at it to hoping that it's going to get better. But if it doesn't, I mean, that's when, you know, that's when I wipe my hands. I'm like, I'm done.
But
But
how
at
long do you
least
work on it?
at least I tried. I'm not going to just walk away from someone that I love without fighting for it to last. I'm not doing it.
After 15 years, I'm gonna be completely honest, and I've never been married, so this is just me speaking as somebody that's just in a relationship.
Mhm.
But after 15 years, what are you fighting for? Because after 15 years, you're just in a routine.
But does it
You're
have
in a routine. It doesn't have to be, but if it's 15 years and you're now stepping out of the marriage, after 15 years, there really ain't nothing to work on. And if you do try to work on it, like in the back of your head, you're ready to leave. We are too grown. Like when I was 25 years old, I could probably work on it. 36 years old, like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm not going to force myself into doing it.
So you know what I'm working on after 15 years? Half my damn pension, half my 401k that you gonna get. You can't leave me because now, and I'm not saying, and I'm gonna say this. It took me a while to realize this. In order for me to be, if you were there from the beginning when I first got this job, you are the reason why I was able to save as much money as I did if you worked. So instead of me putting in 10% while we were together, I was able to put in 20. So I understand giving you a portion of that. But as well, your 401k, if you have one, should offset mine. We make the difference up. I don't feel like you should just get half of mine and yours not come into play. So when we're talking about 15 years, there's property. There's a lot of things. Who get the crock pot? Who get the good set of dishes? That's some shit. I know it sounds funny, but there's a lot of sentimental things that be so minuscule to some people. Like, who gets the washing machine and dryer? Like,
Yep.
I don't want to buy another one. Who keeps the house? Who gets this? I mean, there's a lot of things. So women look at it as this man cheated. Is that really worth throwing away everything? Get your lick back, boo, and keep it pushing. But I'm not condoning cheating. Is Veronica froze? I think she is.
Yeah,
so
she is.
So
she would have been jumped in.
Oh yeah. So basically what I'm saying is get your lick back. Like, leaving, yes. I've never been married. So I can't sit here and say, as speaking from a marriage point of view, like you said. But when we sit here talking about from in a relationship, it ain't worth it to me. Not after 15 years to stay.
Welcome back.
She froze again.
Yeah, she froze.
So let me catch a comment right quick then. So John says, can't fight for nothing if the other person ain't want your black ass. Side note, anybody can get married, which is true, but God don't put everybody together. Damn near most marriages don't last because God ain't the care root.
The core root.
Oh, core. That's core root. I'm sorry, core root. Folks take marriage as what they want it to be, not in the holy matrimony. He for real.
And that's true. A lot of people get married because they had a child together. A lot of people get married because it feels good for right now. A lot of people get married because you know, he got money or she got money. A lot of people get married for different reasons other than love. Now, granted, I will say, you know, love don't pay the bills, but a lot of people get married in the moment for what that person has at the moment and does not give them grace that they are going to change. Their
Fine.
bank accounts may change. Their personality is going to change. Like who they are at 15 years ago, they may not be today. And that's only saying if that person was in their 20s when they got married.
All right. Patricia says, when you're done, sometimes you don't care about who gets what. There's
Yeah.
nothing like a peace of mind.
Yes.
Are
That
you
is true.
serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I agree with Victor a little bit though. Like if
No.
that's my crock pot and I put money in that and I cooked a lot in it, I'm gonna
Have
want to
that
take
crock
it.
pot. I could buy
I'm gonna
another
want
one.
to take it.
So can I ask y'all this? What if can a separation work and you still be married for insurance purposes and stuff like that?
But why would you want to live like that, Victor?
A
Live
lot of
like
people
what?
live like that.
Why would you want to be separate from somebody, but you're doing your thing on your end, but you still are married legally. You're still married, but you want to live a single life. Why not just go ahead and get divorced? Why would you want to
Finances. I mean, it's financial.
listen?
Yes.
And that's why I don't want to get married.
Money.
Because like everything becomes it regardless of how you want to look at it, marriage is business. 100% business. A lot of times people try to make it real religious. It is business.
Y'all
It is
gotta,
pure business.
that's why you have to be mindful who you're getting in relationships with and who you're saying I do to. Because if I'm in a marriage and I'm worrying about what will happen at the end, would this man want to take this? Would this man want to take that? And I wouldn't want my man to be worrying about what I'm going to take for him as well. So the mindset is what makes the marriage work. I'm not going into a marriage thinking about I'm getting divorced from this man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting ready to sit here and worry about, oh, well, what would happen if this, what part is he going to get? How much money is he going to get? I don't want to live like that.
And that's okay.
I don't want to live.
That's okay. But in reality, you really do have to think of it like that. Because today that marriage may be beautiful. And 20 years from now, that marriage can still be beautiful. But then again, you have to look at it in reality form that 10 years or 20 years from now, you may not like this man no more. He may be this grumpy old man that you can't stand, that talks to you disrespectfully, that drinks a lot. You never know what a person is going to become. So sometimes you have to create an exit plan to make sure that you are protected. Because financially, it's a business because you got to pay to get out of it.
But do anybody think about love anymore? Where is love? No one talks about love. If you
love is not marriage.
If you love somebody, why are you even thinking negative in this relationship? If I want to be with somebody and you're thinking negative all the time about what's going to happen to our future, there's no need for us to even try to eat. Why are we even in this? Right now, I want to live for the moment. I want to live for us holding hands and kissing and loving each other and holding each other and talking about anything and just living life happy.
But that's not marriage.
That's not marriage.
Why is that not marriage?
Y'all ever been married?
I've never been married, but my mom has been married. My mom has been married.
But your marriage ain't like everybody else's though. Everybody married ain't the same.
Exactly, and marriage is just a relationship with paperwork. You can't say because I've not been married that it's not like I've had everything you're sitting here talking about. I have, and I'm not married. I don't need to go down to the courthouse and say, okay, I need to have this man's last name in order to capture those moments. I have those moments. So there's not, I need a man's last name, or I need to sign this paper and we need to be living together to have those long conversations, to have those great moments. We have wonderful moments. So I don't need that.
Y'all missed the point. I'm not saying that you have to be married to love someone. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm not saying it.
I
Because
know
a
what you're
lot of
trying to
people have
say.
been together for years and live like they're married and love each other just like a married couple.
So what's the point?
The point is, what y'all saying is going back. Like, yeah, I just said a mouthful, and for me to go back now, I got to think about what y'all said and why I made that comment.
Oh, take your time, sweetie.
Because it was something that y'all said, and
you said, "Where's the love?" And I said, "Love is not marriage."
And why isn't love? Yeah, why isn't love marriage?
Love isn't marriage because you don't need love for marriage. You can have marriage. Anybody can get married. Marriage does not. It's not the symbol of love.
That's the wrong people that's getting married. Because if I'm getting married, I'm marrying you because I love you.
No,
but see, that's your definition.
I've never been married, so don't say that. If I'm speaking for me. If I'm going to marry you, I'm marrying you because I love you and I'm ready to say I do. I'm hoping and praying that I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life. I'm not going to just get.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Calm down.
I'm cool. Okay. That's your opinion of marriage. But all we're saying is
take a puff.
You don't need, huh?
That's all to take a puff.
All we're saying is you don't need love to get married. Marriage is, you could just go down there, you can marry anybody. And I understand everybody has their own definition of marriage, but we all know and we all can agree that you can go to the courtroom and me and Neek can get married tomorrow and we've never met.
I was getting married. No. Oh, Victor's froze.
I'm not froze.
No, he's not froze.
He's froze on my end.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what's up with the Wi-Fi tonight.
But
what he said was
anybody can get married.
Anybody can get married. We're not disputing that.
Yes,
somebody has to be in love to get married. That's not where we're not disputing what you're saying. What we're saying is you don't have to be married to have that feeling. I get you saying in order for you to get married to somebody that you have to love them. You have to have those feelings for them. That's great. That's understandable.
Especially now.
But 90% of the world does not think of that. Even though a lot of our going back, like way back to our grandmas and all of that, it was not love. It was financial.
Well, I'm talking about now. Me being 40.
But that was taught. You learned that from something. You didn't just grow up and say, I want to marry this man because I love him. You were taught to marriage is love. And this is what love looks like. And I'm sure, you grew up around marriage and you had a vision of what marriage was to you. Like we all have. I was at my aunt and my uncle being married for 40 plus years. And down on her deathbed, they were goo kissing on each other. So like I always said, like I wanted a man that loved me like that. And as I got older, I realized that I can have that and not have marriage. There's not, marriage doesn't involve that. Marriage is finances.
Let's get into some of these comments. Oh, let me start with Jason. It's 2023, Veronica. You're fighting a losing battle trying to convince people to get married. I gave up on it, LOL. Just let people think how they want to think. You can't make people feel differently about that in 2023. It's not that goal for most people anymore. Exactly. So I'm going to leave that alone.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, Jason.
Wait a minute.
It's true. So
understand that marriage is still marriage. Some people's goal is just to get a husband. Some people's goal is just to get a wife. So marriage is a goal. It's just everybody's goal in the marriage ain't the same. Why can't y'all just agree to that? People don't get married just for love.
We know this.
But see, that's what we're explaining to you.
Some people get married because of what that man can do for them. He can take take care of them financially. All of this. We know this. But what we're saying.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
Let's leave that alone. All right. So Bree said,
now you want to leave it alone.
Okay. But love is not even why marriages begin. Protection and security of the family and the family's money is. That's her opinion. Because I feel like love is in there for some people. For some people, love is definitely in there when they say I do. not just because of what someone can do for them, protection and security. Yes, everybody want to feel protected. Everybody want to know that they're secured financially. Yes, but some people do get married because they love that person. Mr. Sammy
Well,
says,
before you go on, can I ask you a question?
mm-hmm.
Would you marry a broke man that you had to take care of? Because you talk about biblical, you got to be equally yoked. So if you got to take care of this man financially because he doesn't have the means to meet you 50-50 or even 40,
but
60.
why would I get in a relationship with the man who I got to take care of first? Let's start there.
Why should we get in one with y'all?
Why would I even, for one, I don't want a man to take care of me. That's why I work.
Amen.
And make my own money. Let's be
period.
Clear. Okay.
Period. But no, what I would say is sometimes when people approach you, you don't know their financial situations. You're falling in love with somebody's personality. You're falling in love with the way somebody treats you. And a lot of times people get married and now he doesn't know how to handle money good. Yeah, he makes $100,000 a year, but he has $100,000 in bills.
And I fell in love with him already.
Yeah. Say like you don't realize that because he put up a great front.
And you're saying, would I marry him knowing that he's broke? Broke meaning
he's living check to check. Like at any moment he can fall and it'll be all on you.
But how you making 100 grand but you living check to check?
See, first
because
of all,
you might have 100. No, I can answer that for her. No, I can answer that
because she did say he was making 100 grand. Go ahead.
No, I say you can make 100 grand and still have 100 grand in bills.
Oh, I thought you said he was making 100K. Okay,
no, that's what I'm saying. So like he can look like he has money, but he can still be struggling. So that's when you was like, why would you even talk to somebody that's broke? Broke doesn't necessarily have a certain look. So you can't say that you wouldn't talk to.
I'm saying, well, why would I talk to, meaning if he's broke, that meaning when we go out, I'm paying for everything. I'm paying for us to eat. I'm paying for us to go to the movies. I'm paying for us to go bowling. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm paying bills. So I know that this man can't take care of me. So
that doesn't mean
men are manipulative. Yeah, men are manipulative. He can have you thinking that you're paying and he's paying you back.
So
or he could be.
Let's back up for a second, because I don't think y'all understand what broke really means.
No, break it down.
So broke don't mean you paying for everything. Broke just means he's, like she said, he's one injury away from losing everything. He one arrest away from losing everything. That means that if he misses a paycheck, some shit getting cut off. You might not never see that.
Okay, how I'm gonna know that when I first meet someone? How I'm gonna know that he's?
You may never know that.
You may never know that, but we're saying once you get in a relationship with someone and you get to know and you get to see, and you're talking about marriage, and you start to see this man's making $100,000 a year, but has $98,000 worth of bills.
Okay, well, I feel like that's a conversation that we need to have before I say I do. We're going to have a conversation.
But realistically, that would be the thing to have that conversation. But is he going to be honest with you? Because a lot of these women, and you can talk to some women that have been in that position, they will tell you like, I didn't know. I had no idea because he had his own bills. I had mine. Everything was fine. We combined it together after we got married. After 2 years, we combined together, and now like the gifts stopped. His credit cards are maxed out. Like he can't live.
Well, I don't know how to answer that because I mean, if we've been together for a certain amount of years, and he's not
gonna let you see his bank account.
But that's what I'm saying. If we've been together for years, and here we then connected, and love is there, and I love the way he's treating me, and things like that. I don't know. I have to be in that situation to know which route I would take. But I know that there will be a conversation that we will have before I say I do, if I know that there's financial problems. Yeah.
But see, then basically you answered my question. that no, you necessarily wouldn't jump into, well, I wouldn't say jump into, because you don't seem like the type that would jump into a marriage, but you wouldn't marry somebody that's broke. So in that, you can't say love is the reason why you marry. There's other things that play a part in you being married to somebody.
There's a lot of things that play a part in being married.
So,
and finance is one of them, because once you financially tied to somebody,
yes,
baby.
yes.
So let me jump in the middle of you little bobbleheads for a second. All right, since y'all like calling people names. Men, and I'm going to just speak for men who think like me. You're never going to know my financial situation. You will never know. Ever. The whole 100%. Like, I can't think of one woman who can tell you how much money I actually make. I really don't think. I'm just in the back of my mind. Maybe my kid's mom, because I had to submit the shit to the courts, and I don't know if she was able to see it or not. But you will never know a man's true income. You will never know his true savings account. You will never know the money he got buried in the backyard, the safe at my mama's house. You won't even know what's all in my damn name. But it's the illusion that I'm trying to create to keep you. So when I see that you are trying to pry or go behind my back to find out some shit that I'm telling you, this is what we got, and this is what we worth. Now, if you're trying to go behind me and find some other shit, then guess what? You ain't the one for me, because you don't trust me. I'm sitting here providing all this shit, and you trying to worry about where everything coming from. That ain't none of your damn business where it's coming from. All you got to do is pay the water bill, the light bill, the gas bill, and the cable bill, and I got every damn thing else.
And he's gonna get you with the "you don't trust me."
All I'm saying is, when it comes down to certain relationships, y'all too damn nosy. If the police kick in the door, all this shit mine. All I ask you to do is don't say nothing. Just enjoy the fruits of my labor. But when you start prying and all this other shit, the first thing I'm gonna do is you got to go. Because you might see or tell some shit that you don't need to be seeing, telling, or talking about to the wrong person. Not everybody going to jail.
Patricia, she did answer the question.
Huh?
No, Patricia said she can't answer the question.
No, I really can't. Patricia says, I thought the question was, will she marry a man that's broke? But now y'all giving scenarios of the man broke, but hiding it. She can't answer the question. Exactly.
Well, that's because she asked.
No. But
yeah, you said no.
The thing is y'all come up with these perfect scenarios. Veronica, you will never know a man's true worth. You will never know that. I don't care how much you pry, you will never know it. Because we don't do that.
Never know what?
A man's true worth, his wealth. You will never know it.
And y'all would never know.
We don't want to know.
But I'm just saying that goes both ways. You don't tell every single thing. I've learned that. Like my parents taught me that. My grandparents taught us that. You don't tell your man, you don't tell your woman every single thing. I mean, the stuff that needed to be shared, yes. But some things you keep, like some people have bank accounts that they other half don't even know about. You know, like I'm just saying.
You swing in the car, right into my lane.
Well, oh God.
Huh?
But I agree with her. I agree. I know a lot of women that have like separate bank accounts that their husbands know nothing about.
Yeah.
You gotta have FU money in case he mess up. Now you have a little stack to
a closet full of shoes that you don't know about, little hidden, you know.
So
stash away.
So wait a minute. Let me say something, Mike. So all illegal money ain't from dope. That's all I'm saying. I never participated in nothing illegal. All I'm saying is from shit that I see, everybody who making money on the side ain't from drugs. And that's an off-camera, conversation that you can have with somebody who do illegal stuff. But all I'm saying is I just gave a scenario. But
you might not, John. You.
what?
There's some men out there that care about what they woman bringing home. Trust. Yes.
Yeah, because it's going into a bank account that they're funding off of.
See,
a man don't care about what he doesn't touch, what he can't touch.
I don't care what you make. But the moment I cut that light,
some women are ones that bring home the check and they man like this.
Okay, and whose fault is that?
That's the woman's fault. But I'm just saying, John saying men don't care about woman money. Lies.
We don't.
Some of them.
When a man start counting his woman pockets, then you need to reevaluate their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's wrong or right, because if you like your man counting your money and you financially irresponsible, and this man is counting every penny and he's got this master plan, hey, that may work for y'all. But with me, I don't care how much money you got in your bank account. All I know is I do not want to see a past due notice, just like you don't want to see a past due notice. I don't care if you got 2 cents in your bank account, but as long as you can maintain what we've got, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, John.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, Vic.
Yeah, but most men don't care, especially if they've hustled and they know how to make something out of nothing. They don't care what you bring to the table. They don't care what your bank account looks like, unless they're trying to control you and stop you from leaving.
Facts.
They don't care. We care because, and I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna say a lot of women care because they want to know where that money is going, where that money is coming from, who that money is being spent on. So yeah.
Who that money being spent on, ain't it? That's the main thing.
That's neat speaking.
So, would you want to know how in your relationship how every dollar is getting spent?
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I do. Oh, I care. Hell yeah, I care.
No.
So Veronica, you don't, but marriage is about love. Neat does want to know, but marriage ain't about, you can have a marriage without love. See, this is weird now. Y'all look at finances completely different, but love completely different. Or excuse me, marriage completely different. This is interesting.
A person, whether it's male or female, will get real tired of someone breathing down their neck talking about, well, where did this dollar go? Where did this $20 go? Well, what did you do with this $10 that you had put aside last week? When you get tired of that, don't be breathing down. I'm a grown woman. And
that's why you don't ask.
And if I want to buy myself a purse and that $199 went towards that purse, that's me. Because I work and I make my own money. I'm not getting ready to count my man's pockets for every $20 bill that's missing. No. Because
nope,
he has
but
a
if
life.
he can't pay for dinner, I need to know why. If he can't come, he say he ain't got gas money, I need to know why. If he's like, oh, this is a bad week, I would like to know why. It doesn't matter if he spends $20 here, $20 here. That's fine, but he may be spending $20 and not even necessarily on somebody. It may be on something I need to know about. Where are your money going? Are you gambling? Are you on drugs? What's going on? Why are we having a problem? If he's coming to ask me like, yeah, I need help with my light bill. Oh, okay, just like a man would do me. Well, how do you get yourself in this situation so you won't get back in it?
Okay, now that's a problem if he coming to you asking you for money.
But I mean, most men are not going to come to a woman and ask them for money. But like, if he's telling me he can't do something because of bills or something like that, and I know his job title, I know how much he usually brings in, and it's like, well, your bills ain't nothing but, and regardless, men do that to us when we ask them for money. And I'm not saying you ask for money or even I ask for money, but when I ask, situation, whether like, all my light bill was too high this month. It was unexpected. I need to pay it. My boyfriend knows how I save. He knows how I put money aside. He knows certain things about how I finance my life. So if he knows like, okay, $100 extra and you couldn't pay that, what's wrong? What's going on? He's gonna ask me the same questions. And
But y'all
when
live
you're
in
with
separate
somebody,
y'all live in separate houses. Or y'all
yeah,
live
but see, if you can't, no, we live in separate houses. But see, if you as a person can't hold down your finances correctly, should I move in with you? What does our future look like?
well,
So that's how I look at it.
And this is where and I'm not saying taking care of that man, but it's teamwork too. When one fall, you help the other up. Okay.
You gotta
There's
make sure they don't
teamwork
fall back in that
when it's
situation either.
relationships and marriages is about a team. You don't want to see the other fall. You help them up. Go ahead, Victor.
Listening to both of y'all, I think I looked at it from both aspects. Veronica, man got the freedom to do whatever. Neek, you act like you Bernie Madoff. I don't. Liz, let me tell you something. Like Mr. Sammy said, Neek, you can't. Veronica, I can't control it right now, but I can see him. Mr. Sammy says, Neek, you can't control your man money. Neek, you can control.
I can control nothing.
Neek, you can control your man money. You just got the right one. Vic White, first of all, you probably can't count that low. I thought I was gonna say high, ain't it? You probably can't even count that low. But if I ask you for something as a man, if you question my decisions, and this is just Vic, not saying Vic and Neek, but just Vic, I can't be with you.
And that's okay.
Like,
I don't argue with that, because when this is something my boyfriend said to me a while back. I worry about your credit score. I worry about, and not worrying about it as in he's needing it.
You went out.
I want certain. Oh, I'm sorry. He worries. He worries about my credit score.
Oh.
He's not worried about, I need to send you money to do this, do that, go on shopping spree. No, what your credit score looks like. Are your bills paid up? Because that plays a part in us coming together, us living together. If I live with him and I don't know how to manage my money, or I fall short on something, like I said, my man knows how I add up my money, how I save up my money. I have something set aside on a rainy day. So if I come out, ask him for something, he's going to give it because I need it. But then he's also going to say, okay, well, how did you get in this situation? So likewise, if he falls short on something, he can ask me for anything. And I have paid the bill. But at the same time, how do we get you out of this situation so you don't fall back into it? Because as his girlfriend, like I said, teamwork, how am I going to make sure he doesn't fall back into that bad habit or whatever?
You can't. The best thing you to do is move in together. So let me ask you this. And this is just my analysis. Can two people with very high credit scores make it? In your opinion?
Why couldn't they not make it?
I didn't say they couldn't. I just asked you a question. Could two people with very high credit scores make it?
Do they have the money to back it up?
Two people with low credit scores can make it. Yes, two people
with
high credit scores can make it.
Veronica, just answer
the
question.
Yes. Why? What? Okay, get to the point.
Who said it was a point? I just asked the question. See? Once again, me and you talked about this last week. There, some questions ain't no hidden meanings. Just answer the question.
Oh, so you're just gonna ask the question and leave it there? Okay.
And if I do?
Yes.
Neek?
I don't know, really.
I mean, I don't know that. I just say yes. Like, because to me, it's like
I don't know, because
I'm behind the question. So I'm just gonna say yes, they can make it.
So
it depends on the individuals. It don't depend on a credit score. For some people, it depends on those two people.
So
it depends on the funds.
And this is just my analysis, just looking at it. I don't think they can. Normally, what I've seen was one had good credit, which is usually the female, and the one's got shitty credit, which is usually the male. But the man is going to always, and and this is just my analysis. If you got two people that come together young and one of them's got a good credit score and one of them's got a bad, two good ones, my analysis, one of them's got to take the hit in order for them to get ahead. We got to get a whole bunch of shit on my credit, and then guess what we going to do? I'm going to keep you here. I'm going to take the hit for the 7 to 10 years, and then we back up here again.
Go bankruptcy. And now you got somebody else's credit open.
Times, but you got to have a team player to do that.
Teamwork.
But that's just my opinion.
I agree. But you can't do that if you don't, if you ain't asking questions.
Well, I feel like even if you ask questions, some people aren't going to be honest with that.
And that will show in what you buy. And now you may not know everything, but you know something.
Experian don't lie. Equifax don't lie. I don't fuck with TransUnion, but them other Equifax and Experian don't lie.
So you think when you get with someone, you're asking them to pull their credit score for you?
No, I already know what your credit score look like by a month or two of us being together. I know if you got good credit or not, because I know what to look for.
What they paying stuff with? Are they pulling out a credit card? Are they living off of a credit card? That kind of usually means they either got okay credit or good credit, because they're trying to build it. They're trying to keep it at a certain level. And now they're going to be in debt.
All I'm saying
good credit is nothing if you ain't got the money to back it up.
You can look. A lot of times you can look and you know what to look for. You can tell.
Whew, Jesus.
I don't know how we got way off subject, but
we sure did. Tell that man to mind his business. Tell his friend, talk to his friend about his mental health. See if you need to talk to somebody. And leave it at that. Don't worry about that man, where that man's sticking into, paying for, whatever. No. Worry about his mental health.
So let me say this about Patricia. I'm glad you put that up there. Credit does not, just because you pay with cash don't mean you have bad credit.
Some men don't have good credit scores because a lot of them don't like debt. They purchase with cash.
So if you purchase with cash, guess what? You don't need credit.
That's what she's saying. Some men don't have a good credit score because a lot of them don't want to get in debt by getting, purchasing credit cards and all that stuff. Because by getting a credit card, they can tell you, oh, your credit score is going to go up.
It will.
You get a credit, but as soon as you use that credit card, it's going down.
It depends.
It'll go down as soon as you swipe it.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. It depends on. So if I got a $15,000 credit card and I swipe $40 on some gas, it ain't going nowhere. As long as my credit utilization stay up under 20%, I'm good.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but no.
But I'm saying if you go over that, it's going to drop your credit score. Let me see. What did Mike say? Every marriage needs 4 accounts: for the bills, for emergencies, and his or her own account to do whatever you want.
Yep.
Oh,
I agree.
Bills, emergency, and his or hers. What about the family account, baby?
Family.
The trip account.
That's gonna be in the bills.
So you will have a joint account, Victor?
With who?
With your wife?
No.
I'm not saying a girlfriend.
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
So where the family account come in? What when you say family?
I guess she need to start it. I guess that little change thing I got downstairs. That'll be the family account. No.
My Lord.
I can't
I have
stand
enough
them.
joint accounts now. I don't need no more.
Yes,
I
they
got
are
a joint
like
account with the
15. But it's
Lord.
kind of hard when you like go on vacation and you know, just take that. You know.
Oh,
But
I
yeah.
wouldn't take my debit card on vacation with me. Damn that.
Oh, so
Swipe all that shit, then report that motherfucker somebody else was there.
They got cameras now. You can't just do that no
The
more.
fuck? Do you think I can't?
Yeah, any credit is what Patricia was trying to say.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back up because I think we missed some comments here. Melinda, I agree with Victor. My bank is mine, and yours are yours.
What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine.
See? That's that shit.
But I don't want to get married, so there are no worries.
So
You
I'm gonna
never
ask
want to
y'all.
get married, ever?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I never want to be, and it's not even about finances for me. I don't want to be legally attached to someone to the point where it costs me money. So if we decide today we don't want to be together, all right, let's figure this shit out and go our separate ways.
So with that being said, would you shy away from certain purchases with that person, knowing that there is no
Legal papers?
you're not legally tied, or he or the other person maybe not legally tied to this big purchase you want to make, or would you not make that purchase?
Yeah.
So let's talk about houses.
Let's talk about RVs first, because I like RVs.
Okay. No, I would not make a big purchase like that with them. That would be kind of stupid, because even with paperwork of us signing, like, okay, you get it, I get it, like that's something like we'll probably both enjoy. And if we break up, now what are we going to do with this big purchase that we're both paying on? No, that doesn't make sense to me. So
see, that's what I was going to say. So you don't want to get married, but you want to live like you're married. So
no, I don't want to live like I'm married either.
So you're saying that you wouldn't make big purchases like that. Like you all wouldn't you wouldn't purchase a house together.
A house would complicate things.
I like to live in my space.
I'm asking.
No, I would not buy a house with him. I like my space. I don't want nobody moving in with me. I love my space. I would like for him to have his own space. My boyfriend does have a key to my house. He can come and go as he please. I can come and go as I please, but like I like my space. So like no, I wouldn't move in with him, and I don't want him to move in with me.
So you're saying big purchases together you wouldn't? Like I said, a house is overcomplicated, and I get it. That's why I said maybe an RV, or maybe a condo somewhere, vacation spot. Would you do that?
Timeshare?
Timeshare?
I would do it. Yeah, I could do a timeshare because we could sell that. That's easy. It's a big purchase for something we can do for the moment that we're in a relationship. Like I have a timeshare now, so like it's a yearly purchase, a yearly thing that we'll pay for something we can do together in that relationship. Once we break up, we can sell that.
You can sell it.
Yeah.
You can sell it.
Yeah, we can sell that, and that's down the middle.
To me, that's
different. That's different than owning property that you stay in.
Yeah, but you still have to go through the process of you all getting together, signing papers. You have to sit. You're trying to sell this,
and that's okay. I don't want to leave a relationship mad at that individual, so I don't have no problem sitting with that individual and signing the paper saying that we're both individually getting this money and separating and going our separate ways. I don't mind that. But when you go into buying a house, or you go into buying something that you have to get the bank to purchase for you and pay the bank back, that's a process. That is a long process. So no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get a pet with them. It's just certain things I just wouldn't do. And I know me not wanting to get married that I don't want to do.
A pet. That's a good. You know what? That's good. A good example. So you're saying you wouldn't get a pet, and I
Not with
understand that
them.
for the emotional ties, like, because now that's a child that y'all have together.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it. So I
You
want to
don't
ask
have to
both
sell
of
it.
y'all.
And that is true, Bree.
Yeah.
You don't have to sell it. You can get his or her name off of it. But then again, you're going to have someone petty that's going to say, well, I don't want to leave. I want the house. Or,
Well, then, like, I also don't want to keep something I shared with somebody because that's memories. So I'd rather go get something else that I had. Yeah, like, no, just cut ties, separate it. Y'all y'all sell it, call it a day, and move on. You can buy another one. There's no need in that. Now, when you get to a house, then you have to assume the loan. You have to go to court, show documentation of who was awarded the house, where their name listed as a homeowner or just an obligator. A lot goes into it, and that's just too much.
So I've been trying to ask you big forehead women a question.
Excuse me.
My foot ain't that damn big.
Well, I know I got
Can,
a big one.
can y'all give advice? And I'm not saying you don't, but can y'all give advice to your friend and take your morals out of the equation?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, how would you be able to give advice if you thought everything was your situation or how you would do things? You have to look at things from an opposite, like that's kind of like playing devil advocate. Like, okay, well, let me look at it from their perspective, like what they're going through, what they're experiencing, put myself in their shoes. And then, like, friends that come to me about the same man over and over again. I have to understand sometimes, you get stuck on stupid. That's not okay, but sometimes you get stuck on stupid. So instead of telling them to leave, just be like, well, how do you feel? What do you feel at the moment? Do
Veronica?
what's best for you.
I definitely can give someone, I can give a friend some advice, even if it's, I don't believe in, what she's doing. That's what you're saying, right? That's what you're saying?
Can you give some advice and take your morals and beliefs out of the equation and just give advice based on what they are telling you without putting yourself into that situation? Not saying I would do this, but just based on what they saying.
I mean, it would be
My
kind of,
husband beat my ass.
Well, what I would do is,
I try not to be that friend. I try not to, judge anyone, for the choices or the decisions that they make inside their relationship or inside their marriage. So I'm not the one to say, girl, I'll leave. You know, I'm not the one to say, girl, I'll stay. Make it work. I'm going to listen to what you have to say. In the back in my mind, I'm my head is gonna be spinning. I'm gonna be thinking, probably something totally different, but I'm gonna be that friend. I'm that friend that I'm going to listen to what you're saying. Are you laughing at me?
Because you never answered the question.
yeah, she did.
Yes.
Oh, so the answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I can.
So Patricia says Veronica can give good advice, but what's good advice?
Thank you. I mean, but Patricia and I have had conversations before, and I'm not going to, of course, get into it, but we've had conversations.
So, but my thing is, what's good advice? Is it because a lot of times in the conversation, I can tell what you want me to say, in my opinion. Or I could give you my
honest.
I could say honest because sometimes you need to hear that versus
That's your honest opinion. Yeah.
my honest opinion is you might need to hear whatever it is depending on what the situation is. But
You gotta
as
read
a
the room.
man, and I can only speak for myself, I don't like honesty all the time. I always say, lie to me. Lie to me. Lie to me.
I always say read the room. So if a friend comes to me and says, I'm going through XYZ. First, like I said, I have to read the room. What state are they in? Are they crying? Are they hurt? You know, are they stressed? What state are they in? And I can always say, well, what I would do, but they're not in the state that I'm in right now. So you have to read the room. You have to look at what state they're in. And I go based off of that. Like, well, you know, how do you feel? How does that make you feel? What do you want to do right now? How would you go about that? And then go from there. Because I don't like nobody blaming me for their decisions.
But that's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I say things the way I say things. Even in advice, I always say, this is your life. Decisions are made by you. So even when you come to me for advice, you really got it from yourself.
I mean, because at the end of the day, that person is going to make the decision that they want to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we as friends, we can give advice constantly, but at the end of the day, that person is going to be the one that's going to have to make that final decision. And it's going to be.
You don't want to be. Yeah, you don't want to be the friend they come to and always telling the truth. Well, girl, I think you stupid. Well, bro, you always making bad decisions. They gonna stop coming to you.
Because I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know, will call someone stupid or dumb, or you're an idiot for staying in that relationship for so long, or, you know, you can call them whatever name you want to call them. But until you are in that situation, step back.
I agree.
That's just my opinion. Call me dumb for staying in this relationship 8-9 years, knowing that this man been cheating, or knowing that this man been gambling all the money away and couldn't pay the bill.
I don't know why you staying. You could be staying because financially you can't leave him right now, or you, for some reason, he's doing something every day that makes you feel like you're giving you that little bit of hope. I don't know what's going on.
But people are so quick to judge. And that's the problem that I have with folks, because they're always judging someone for making the decisions that they made.
Yeah, because they got to live with it.
Right, because you don't know what is going on in that person's household.
We know why he's staying. His damn weenie longer than these damn socks.
Oh, God, Victor.
It doesn't even
matter. So you
matter.
mean to tell me y'all ain't stayed in the damn relationship longer because he had some good weenie?
Oh.
Yes or no?
No.
So you've never stayed in a relationship longer than you're supposed to because he had some good weenie? No.
I stayed because I care for that person.
Oh, okay.
Not because of the weenie. The weenie had something to do with it now. But that's not the main reason. Let's be clear. I talk about this all the time.
I believe her. I wholeheartedly believe her.
Thank you, Neek.
What about you, Neek?
Yeah, I have.
Man, pull out some socks. Motherfucker hanging like that right there.
I wouldn't say the weenie.
No, I'm not asking.
But the sex. But the sex in general, yeah, would keep a bad relationship together for a very long time.
Oh.
John, you telling the truth.
What? When he said y'all lying?
Yeah, well, she's not.
And I'm not either. Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all can say what you want, but I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. You can have the biggest penis, weenie, whatever you want to call it. I'm not staying there with you because of that. There's other things that I enjoy. There's other things that I love about you besides your weenie. And I'm not saying that the weenie is not important. I didn't say that. But what I'm saying is that not the number one thing that is keeping me there.
So I
Fact.
don't think y'all realize sex
Plays a
can
huge
wipe
part.
away a lot of shit. Sex will wipe away bad credit.
Yeah.
Sex will wipe away check to check.
Mm-hmm.
Sex will wipe away so many things. You could be with somebody and they're a complete asshole, but because he treats you between your legs, you just don't realize how much of a dick he really is.
Hmm.
And he probably got a good size one too.
And some people will say, well, I wouldn't say this. In that 15-year marriage from that letter, put it like this, it's probably the sex that kept her around
Probably.
for 15 years. You say, oh, the history, it sucks being with somebody for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and you have sex with them. You know, you have to now find somebody else to bring you to that climax when they already know how to do it.
So
Sex
let me
will
say
wipe
this.
away things for immature people.
So let me say this before you take Yoshi's.
Yoshi.
Hold on, put it back up there.
Oh, I thought you. Okay.
That's your opinion.
And we all have
Because-
our opinions. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Can I
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Just like she's saying sex will wipe away things for immature people, low credit scores to me, that shows a sign of immaturity. But who's to say that I'm accurate? I mean, I get what she's saying. Or he or whoever that is. Excuse me. He.
But that's a human need. Like, people act like sex is not a high key. Like, when you get good sex, which is not easy to find, when you find your person that you're having good, consistent sex with, but you feel like you're having good, consistent, safe sex with, you ain't out there, you ain't got to go nowhere. There's a big difference in, oh, you're immature, so you're staying for the sex. No, like, I don't feel like going and finding this. That's why some people, even though relationships may break apart, they still go back. Because it's hard to go out here and find somebody that can tongue twirl.
We're not saying that sex isn't important. I said this already. We're not saying that sex is important. Sex is a huge deal in a relationship, in a marriage, or whatever you want to call it. Sex plays a big part. But what I'm saying, sex is not the number one thing that's going to keep me with you.
So
that's what I'm saying. Sex, and I want to go to these comments. Go ahead.
Get Yoshi. Not an opinion. The fact what happens when sex isn't on the table anymore. So Yoshi, in the beginning of the courting and the honeymoon stage, sex is the only thing that y'all doing.
That's a lie, because some people don't have sex until they get married,
and some people do, Veronica. I mean,
but go ahead.
In 2023, in people my age, you are having sex in the first 45 days. If we ain't did it 10 times in the 45 days, I don't want to be with you.
Period. There's nothing to talk about.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
We can't have sex. Yeah.
And it's got to be good.
How about if I'm not ready to have sex with you within 45 days?
Well, then guess we're not gonna be together.
Well, then you missing out on all this goodness.
Good.
But
and I'm missing out.
I don't see somebody waiting 45 days though. Like, when you're with somebody that's not it. Just having a emotional connection with somebody. When you like somebody and you like really like them and y'all are bonding, you want to have sex with them. That's natural. So when you take that completely off the table, like, okay, I'm just gonna remove sex and I'm not gonna have sex with you.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's a problem. If you're talking about we've been having sex, good sex at that. You just
it doesn't even have to be you were having sex. It could be, we've been dating.
Yeah.
We're into each other. We're sexually attracted to each other, but they won't have sex. I would think something's wrong with me. You don't want to have sex with me.
There's clearly something's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's have that conversation. Just don't stop.
Of what happens when sex isn't on the table anymore.
But he's
if it ain't on the table anymore, I ain't either.
This is what he's talking about when you physically can't have sex anymore.
Okay. So you got to understand if that's possible, and I'm looking at it as we've already now. I'm 42. If I'm going into a relationship or trying to build something with a woman, and I'm telling her that okay, sex is off the table, I'm probably not gonna get a second date for 90% of the people I want to date. There might be a few senior citizens that be like, I just want a good man, or they're gonna say, you still eat coochie or not. You know, you might physically can't be able to do it, but you need to knock this man out the boat 2 to 3 times a week. You're gonna have to lick
with something
or stick something. You know what I'm saying? And old women like they too. But anyway, Yoshi, what I'm basically saying is I get what you're saying, bro, and I agree with you. Eventually it's gonna be taken away. But while we're able to have sex, we should be capitalizing on that.
And you know
Sex
Yoshi
leads to
handles
long
I'm
conversations.
sorry.
Huh?
You know Yoshi handles the production at the spot at the
Oh, does he? I was about to
Mhm.
pull up his thing. My thing is sex leads to long conversations. Sex leads to long car rides. Me wanting to get to know you because I want to know who this individual is that I'm connecting with physically. So once
You
we
should be
first meet,
connecting before. You
huh?
should be doing that before sex.
But what I'm saying is when
Mhm.
we first meet, I'm just want to get to know if I can stand to be around you an hour or two. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And once we break past that, we get to talking and we get to doing this, we get to doing that. Bam, something happens. Like, damn, this shit was really good. Well, who is, then you start going a little further into it, in my opinion. But all them long walks and all them damn long phone calls, if we ain't did it yet, you wasting my time. I need to know. You get 23 days. You get 23 motherfucking days.
But to answer the question directly, with him saying he's talking about physical sex, they can't have sex at all anymore. Usually that happens in people who are at a certain age going through something hormonal, and there are pills, chewables, honey packs, all that to handle stuff like that for men. When it comes to women, they're lube. So there is no reason why you're not having sex unless it's a medical condition. And if that's the case, then that's the conversation you have with your partner. If they choose not to be with you because you can't have sex with them, that's okay. That's not a problem.
And let me get to his comment that he just put up. But before, I just want to tell Tim Johnson, I can't stand you. Tim said, what happened when sex ain't on the table? We find side chicks. You know what? Tim, good night. Because half of y'all find side chicks and you're getting all the sex that you need at home, but you still want a side chick. So blah, blah, blah. All right. So that's the issue with being in the comments. I'm talking about the longevity of the relationship. We are in right now mindset when longevity should be the thought. And that's going back to what I said earlier. And sex is a part of that. Just shouldn't be the top of the list. We have to stay for more than just sex. I was just speaking to the statement of staying for sex. Thank you. And this is coming from a guy. Thank you.
Well, usually when you're staying for sex, you done had sex with this person for a very long time to the point where you don't want to leave the sex. You probably mentally have left the person, but you are still having sex with that individual. That's why you'll see two married people cheating on each other, but they're probably still staying with each other because the sex or finances or whatever. But people
Okay,
don't
Victor.
stay in happy relationships for the sex. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying love turns into sex. What we're saying is in the relationship, it can go south and go left and leave, but we'll still have sex with each other, and it'll look like it's lasting longer than it actually is because the sex was good. And Nobody, even in relationships, sometimes we stay in relationships because we don't feel like finding somebody else, starting over.
Mhm.
Nick, you preaching tonight.
But that's not where. Yeah,
I mean, even when you're talking about longevity, like that still is the same thing. Like there are people who are married right now on our timelines who are there for sex, are literally there for sex or there for finances.
well, I mean, because that's what y'all said. Y'all would stay in.
I mean, I'm not saying it, but it's not just us. That's what we're
But I'm
like.
talking
We're
about
not
y'all.
just speaking from
Y'all two are on.
experience. We're speaking from what a lot of times we see. When somebody is usually talking about, especially like you said earlier, I've never been married, but I can tell you, I can point out a few of people who are together just for the sex, people who are sliding in the back doors of others for sex.
But don't have anything else going on but the sex, right? That's
They may look like they in a they may look like they in a happy relationship on on social media, but they're just there for the sex. You'll see people say, "Oh, he was just with so and so." Girl, he just with so and so for the sex. It's familiar. It's in-house coochie. You can get it whenever. You ain't got to work for it.
Whatever. If y'all want to live your life like that, hey, kudos.
But it's not a way.
I'm going to need something.
It's not a way of living your life. It's something you get stuck in.
I'm going and I get it, but I'm going to need something else beside that bird that you're bringing. Okay.
But put your shit in. He's saying that's fine, stay for sex, but that's an immature mindset. That's his opinion, man. I'm not gonna argue with anybody based on how they think and how they feel. If he feel like that's an immature mindset, then that's exactly how he feel.
But then I can stay here and say somebody staying with a man that cheated on them is an immature mindset.
Huh?
I can sit here and say then, well, I can tell one of my friends her husband cheated on her. Well, if you don't leave him, you have an immature mindset.
Exactly. No. That's your. I mean,
that's your opinion. Thing.
That's your opinion.
But that could be my opinion. But that's to you. You feel strongly about that. Like, no, she's really working on her marriage. Like, you can't say she's immature because she's working on her marriage. When someone stays for sex, it's really kind of beyond it just being good sex. It's familiar. I don't have to go out and teach somebody how to treat me. I'm feeling love. This is good. This is, I don't have to worry about if I'm going to catch an STD. I don't have to use condoms.
So your man is
I love this person.
Okay, so time out. Okay,
go ahead.
I get that. I totally get what you're saying. You don't, and that's just like that's why a lot of times people stay in relationships and marriages because they don't want to start over. They're very comfortable where they're at.
And they love that person.
When it comes to sex, if they're comfortable with that particular sex, but how do you know that man is that comfortable with your sex where he's not getting from someone else? But you worry about but you're saying you're not worrying about STDs and all that, but you don't know what this man doing. Y'all not on good terms, but your sex is good. But 9 times out of 10, your sex ain't that gonna keep him faithful to you because y'all not. There's nothing else but sex right now.
But think about it like this: women put sex and love in the same conversation. So if a woman is still having sex with an ex or a guy that she knows she shouldn't be with anymore, regardless of he could be digging down everybody that walks in the front door, she loves him. And to her, she's this, she's his main. She's somebody he won't leave. Mm-hmm. And she likes that feeling. Women fall victim to feeling special. Once they feel special, you have them wrapped around your finger. And she is not going to leave. You can cheat on her 10 times. She is not going to leave. She is going to stay because she doesn't want to teach somebody else how to treat her sexually. She's going to stay because you could be not even helping her out, or they could live in the same house and y'all are struggling. The Peter Bird is good. She does not want to leave.
But I'm
Go ahead.
I'm going to that point that you said though, that you're comfortable with that particular person. You don't have to worry about stepping out. You don't have to worry about STDs. But what I'm saying to you is, you may not be worrying about STDs and all that, but how do you know that this man is being faithful to only your?
He's not. She just said
No.
that.
No, he's not. She will do something.
What?
I'm asking the question because
He's
Nick said
asking me
you
a
don't have to worry about STDs or any of that because she's
No, but
comfortable.
that's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. It's in your mind that you are like y'all in a different place. I'll put it like that.
But why have that
You're
mindset?
not going to believe.
But
You're not going to.
why
Go ahead.
have that mindset if
Because
y'all
you're
not really together? You're just in it for the sex. That's my thing. Why
Okay.
have that mindset that he's only with you?
Because they
And
be
you
in
don't have to
love.
worry
They be blind to the
Wait a
bullshit.
minute, hold on, Nick, because Victor
Go
about to
ahead.
have a heart attack. I want to hear his side of you. What, Victor?
I don't have anything to say. What I don't understand I don't understand why are you disagreeing with what she's saying.
I'm disagreeing because what Nick is saying is that if they're okay, you've been in a relationship. Follow me, Nick, because I want to make sure that I understand what you said.
Okay.
You're in a relationship, right? But y'all not on that relationship level no more. You're just in it for the sex. You're just there for only the sex, nothing else. No love, no finances, nothing.
Well, no. Love is there. Women put. That's why I said women.
So you love this man.
Love and sex in the same relationship, in the same sentences.
But he's not.
Most women, once they don't love you no more, they can't have sex with you no more. If I don't love you,
how you know like you're a woman?
Because
that's most women.
Yes, I agree with you.
Because I date women. I dated more women than you have, so I do know that.
No, but I'm a woman and I know exactly what she's saying. When we're fed up with everything, with the sex.
Yeah, we're not saying.
I know that too.
With everything.
And I know that too. I've dated more women than you, Veronica.
But you can't say I have an immature mindset because
women.
I love somebody and I don't want to give up on them. So sex is the only thing that's holding us together, and the sex is good. So I'm gonna stay around because the sex is good. I'm not gonna get nobody else to look at me like he looks at me. I'm not gonna get nobody that tells me I'm beautiful like he tells me I'm beautiful while we're having sex.
I'm lost now. I'm lost because are y'all together or you're not together? Are y'all together or not?
And that's because most women's mindset is, I don't know if we're together. He's kind of keeping me guessing. Meanwhile, he's out there doing whatever.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying now?
Yes.
Okay. So it doesn't matter of in your head, you're just as confused as everybody else of why she's still messing with him. Because you're looking at it logically. To her, whatever he tells her during sex or whatever he tells her to get sex out of her is what she's believing. It does not matter if he is out there doing whatever. To her, oh, if I mess with that girl, I'm using protection. I'm only having unprotected sex with you. So now she feels special. You see, like that's what I mean. And it's not so much as having an immature mindset. It's having a manipulated mindset. Can
I say something? And I know who's going to agree with me and who won't. But this is for Sherry. This is for Veronica. And this is for Jacqueline. You'll walk away from a good man before you walk away from some good dick.
Yep.
You'll walk away.
I don't give a damn.
Well, I can't say that for everybody.
Don't speak for
me.
You
can't say that for everybody. No. Yeah, you can't, because I will.
No. Let me say why I can say this. Because good dick will make him a good man until you can say what you want to say. I'm making a blanket statement. Good dick will make him a good man until his actions outweigh that Peterbird. Because we have all seen people that you can look at them and like, well, why in the hell does she keep putting up with that? It ain't because he a good dude. Because like she said, he out here doing this, and this, but he don't make you feel the way he do, he ain't saying what you supposed to say when he deep up in your damn guts.
He's saying what he needs to say when he deep in your goods.
Exactly.
Instead of it being
Maybe,
more immature, it's more insecure.
but maybe for the women that don't think like that, you ain't never had no good dick before. That might be it.
It's not even about that, big.
And Genevieve Jeffrey,
and trust me,
thank you.
I had.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Dime a dozen.
I can't speak. I ain't never had none. Don't want none. But all I'm saying is, from what I've seen, good penis will turn a man. And I also said that once the actions outweigh the penis, you will leave. Because most, I ain't gonna say most, some women, I ain't gonna allow no man to cheat on me, but then you find out that this good dick over here is being shared with all these other people. Well, how many people know? Not okay, well, I'm gonna take you back. Y'all will put up with some shit. You'll say, I want this and this and this, but behind closed doors, he dicking you down and you putting up with the shit. Cut it out. I'm about to break this damn bell.
Yeah, you are, because that doesn't apply for every woman. Trust and believe that.
It really doesn't apply to every woman, but it does apply to a large amount of women.
99.9. Carol,
no,
I'm
you
not
can't
stuck
say
on
99.9. But and Veronica, I get where you're coming from a lot of the times, because it's like, no, I don't even want men to approach me like that or even think anything like that. But you have to understand, in the world that we live in, that is a very high percentage. Like, and it'll be like women you don't even think are like that. It'll be women that you interact with. It could be women that, you help work out. She might be like, you have no idea what she got, at home. He's sitting there playing the game while she's going to run errands and pay all the bills.
Carol,
it's just crazy to me.
Let me respond to Carol right quick. Carol, I said that I've seen. All right. I never said that was me, because this is about all I got right here. Veronica, put me up on the screen, please. I don't know which one is smaller. This one, my little lighter. There you go. That's me over there. All right. I wasn't talking about myself. I was talking about everybody else in the population. I'm part of the 3%. I'm right here. So I ain't in that conversation. But
that size usually makes a lot of kids.
How about give her a bell for that one?
Whew. When you said that size, what?
Makes a lot of kids.
Whoo! What this size right here make?
A lot of girls.
That size right there make a lot of y'all fucking crazy.
Well.
Woo!
Okay.
You like that, ain't it, Veronica?
But I like the fact that you think penis makes the world go round.
It does.
It doesn't, but it does run the world.
It does.
Bring something up.
I've never known for a woman leader. You know what?
Oh, a woman to what?
Leader. I don't know any women leaders.
What do you mean leaders?
You know what a leader, like Leader, a leader.
Leading what? Leading in the relationship?
Leading anything.
There are women who lead things.
Right. What are you talking about?
For every woman that you can name,
but I
can
get where
name
he's
a man
understand.
That's her boss.
But yeah, it is. I understand where he's coming from. Like I said, like the world is run by men. Men make the rules. That's all. That's why we're losing our abortion rights and all of this, is because men think this way.
Yeah, and it's
Not
sad.
because of a room full of women. Men believe this. So like
And
the
so
world
that's what
is
get a
run
lot
by
of,
men.
and that's what get a lot of y'all in trouble. The ones that think they Peter Berg and keep a
What does
woman
that have?
that can make anything happen, anything. They can make a woman change their mind by
At
giving
the
them.
end of the day, who want to get married? It's more women that want to get married than men.
How? What
Men and women look at marriage differently. That's why.
What they got to do with what I just said?
Because you still want that marriage, and you gonna still want that man. If you
I want that man for other reasons too, not just because of him putting it down in the bedroom.
but why does he want you though?
Because
But I was gonna say that. Go ahead, Veronica. I'm gonna let you talk, and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
What makes a man want to marry you? I understand why you want to
Don't
marry
ask her
him.
question. She was talking.
he's so rude.
Very.
She ain't gonna answer.
So she wasn't answering. She was saying something. She had something to say.
No, I mean, never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Victor.
What would make a man want to marry you? Both of y'all.
I don't give a damn.
Neat don't want to be married, remember?
No. I don't care if anything I do make him want to marry me. Yay, okay. If he doesn't, yay, okay.
And it's not about what will make him. I know one thing. I know what's not gonna, what I don't want to make him marry me for, and that's what I got between my legs. Because if you're marrying me because of that, then we're getting married for the wrong reasons. If you even want to be my boyfriend because of that reason, we're getting in this relationship for the wrong reasons. Because what between my legs and what is between your legs, the relationship should be based on more than that.
Really? You really think like that?
Yeah, I really
I'm
do.
gonna tell you right now.
I really
that's
do.
100% false. No man. I cannot.
But see, you're trying to explain what a man is to a woman. You can't explain the way a man thinks and expect for her to understand that. She's not. This is who she is. And that's how she feels. That's how she goes on. She treats life, and that's okay. That's her choice, and that's her decision. And that's the man that she probably will run in, because every man that you speak of is not that way. But what I will say,
I
will say is,
go ahead.
What I will say is, because we were talking about working out marriages earlier, right? If you're trying to work out a marriage and that man ain't doing nothing but giving you Peter Berg, telling you you're beautiful, he's gonna work on this with you, he's gonna do right and all of this, are you gonna stay in that marriage because you believe him and you're doing the work and all he's doing is giving you Peter Berg? That's the same thing as staying for the sex.
So what I was trying to say is the purpose of this show is to speak to the guys that our perception of women may be wrong on how y'all think, different advice and stuff. Y'all still do not believe that guys think like, if you think a man's meeting you just to get to know you, you are sadly mistaken.
No, he's talking to me to screw me.
Exactly.
And then after he thinks about whether he wants to be with me or not. But what she's saying is she's not, like, if all he wants from her, she's not going to, and I mean, like, she doesn't know off jump if he wants that. And some men don't act on that at off jump. They, try to take you out on dates and all that. In the back of their head, they're thinking about, I wonder how she's going to go. Yeah, but that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as she's okay with that. And he's going to feel her out. He's going to most men read the room.
All I want to do,
saying, don't stay with me because of what I have between my legs. And I'm not staying with you because of what you have between your legs.
Well, we ain't gonna work. Trust
me, we're not gonna get together.
Well, what? See, and this is in a perfect world. What you're saying, excuse me, sounds great. That's every woman wants to hear that, but that's sad. But that's not true. I'm here to tell you, as a representative of guys,
He
as
said the
you
representative
could
of
think
God.
you really, and that's the problem. You got some men out there that won't say what they really want to say. The reason I even met you, the reason we went on the first date, is because I want to see what that mouth do.
Well,
I want to
then,
see what's between your legs. You think it's I don't care about all this shit that you intellectual thoughts. That is after the fact.
okay.
Once we together and I realize we compatible and all this shit, I'm like, well, damn. Not only do I want to screw her, but I really want to see what the hell she got to say.
Okay, stop right there. Because I thought you was talking about further down the road. I didn't think you was talking about when we first met. I'm thinking further down, like you're staying in a relationship because of what you, like you've been with this person, say a year, but you only there because of what's between her legs. That's what I'm talking about. Don't stay with me because of what's between my legs.
You can't make me stay with you for my reasons. My reasons are my reasons. But you saying that and you can brush it off. But all I'm saying is this: you don't know why somebody's with you. They're going to tell you what it is so they can keep getting what they
you
get.
want to hear.
Hopefully it's love. Hopefully it's love.
It may be love too, but
it may be love too. But
yeah.
if it's just love and we in our 30s and 40s, that ain't enough. That is not a damn enough. And if you think love is going to keep a man there in your 30s and 40s, you sadly mistaken.
It will. Victor, stop it. The men love women.
Get in it. What man is going to stay in a relationship just for love? Not fucking one.
I didn't say just for love. I didn't say just for love. I didn't say just for love.
Okay,
but there's got to be something else too.
Like what?
But you have to see, Veronica, right there. I understand your point, where you're coming from, your opinion. Well, I'm not even gonna say your opinion because it's a fact to you. It's how you maneuver through life. You need more than just sex, and there is nothing wrong with that. You need more than sex to make you stay into a relationship. Mm-hmm. It may not just be love, but it has to be more than Peter Bird. What he's explaining to you is, for men, it's different.
Not all men.
Not all men. Not all men, but for a large number of men,
94%.
It is sex.
No.
If you remove sex from the table,
and you can't speak for women.
I'm not speaking for women.
You've been doing that tonight.
I'm speaking for men.
If you remove sex off the table, most men, even some men, can't even get through the 6 weeks that a woman has to wait after a baby. So when you remove sex, there are men that will struggle. Not because your relationship is based on sex, but that's a large portion of them.
I'm going to tell you this, and speaking from a woman, if a man that I've been seeing for quite some time takes sex away, that's going to be a problem for me too. That goes both ways.
But no, it's not even about being a take. Yeah, you're more likely to stay and try to work it out. He's going to feel like, you know what, I'm going to go off and do what I'm doing. But what I'm explaining to you, it doesn't even have to be that it's just not. Say, he gets into a car accident and he can't have sex with you for the next 6, 7, 8 weeks. You are going to stay by his side. You're not going to have sex with nobody else. You're not going to eye nobody else. If the roles were reversed, he may. And there's a large number of men that will. If you stop doing something in the bedroom, he's going to go out and look for it. Oh. Well, a lot of men, I'm not going to say all. Some men are going to go out and look for it. You'll be surprised the amount of men that have been in my inbox that have wrote letters about their women stop giving them oral sex.
Yeah.
And they're out looking for it from somebody else, just oral sex, nothing else.
And probably didn't even talk to their significant other about it. Have conversations.
I can't say that because one did, and the woman just like,
I'm not saying
she just had a baby, maybe 8 months prior.
And that's the part that gets me. That's the part that gets me too, because women go through a lot, and especially after childbirth. Our bodies
Mhm.
have been taken through a lot. Some men don't get that.
Yeah. But as a woman,
Listen,
I get that,
why
but
are y'all
men don't
trying?
understand that.
Why
Yeah.
are you trying to make light of how fucking horny a man is? You trying my body. I don't give a damn what your body been through. I just trying to nut. You are still making light. I asked you a question, and you said you could, but you can't. You can't give advice without the more like. I don't get it. I'm trying to get you to see when a man does things, we don't think alike. We don't. I don't get it. Why y'all keep bringing this into it? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I always like men and women think differently. We handle things differently. We approach things differently. The reasons behind why we approach things or do things or even job wise, when men apply for certain jobs, they apply for different reasons other than women. Why? Because for women we live different lives than men.
And everybody can say what they want. Cynthia's saying all men don't think alike either.
They don't, and all women don't either, because you have some women that
See,
try to do the same thing as a man.
you wait a minute. All men
Yeah.
do think alike. We all do. You can sit here, but you're not a man. And I think it's crazy that a woman would think that. All men think with their penis to start with. We all do. Whether he's a straight man or a gay man, they all think with their penis. You can sit here and look, they might not say it, and you're going to always have some people that are going to disagree with it. But at the end of the night, a man is going to always think with his penis. Because that's the furthest thing away from it. When a man
Scientifically,
when a man is walking, wait a minute. When a man is walking, when he's walking, what's the first thing that's going to touch when he walking? His penis. Huh?
Yeah, it's scientifically like a man thinks about sex every 2.4 seconds or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's constantly on men's mind, and when they see you, not saying they're all gonna act on it in a certain way. It's just a matter of they all do think about sex plays a large part in their life. That's why they have wet dreams.
I'm about to have one tonight.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's 10, man. Let's ride.
Closing thoughts. Nick, you go first.
Well, my closing thought on the letter. Like I said before, definitely think about how you approach your friend. Did you approach him aggressively? Did you ask about his well-being, how he felt, his mental state? Ask those questions before you judge him, because no one is looking for judgment, especially men, because they feel like nobody cares about their well-being already. That's all I have to say.
Hey, bro, if this your homeboy and you support it, every decision, I shouldn't say every decision. If you should just be there and support his decision. Your loyalty is to him, not his relationship. Your loyalty is to him. Regardless if his life spins out of control, you need to be there for your friend. Let your friend make the decisions, because you're going to end up losing your friend by trying to buck the decision that he wants to make for his life. You know, only thing you can do is live your life, like I said, and be there for your friend. And that's it.
Good points. Yeah, be there for your friend. Listen is the main key when we're, trying to, when someone comes to us for advice. We have to realize that we have to listen at them. A lot of times, a lot of people be so quick to speak instead of being that listening ear to that person that's coming to you for advice. And that is a problem. Sometimes we just have to close our mouth and just listen at what they're saying. Yeah, I've been friends for 30 years, and it's been 6 months that you haven't spoken to one another. If that friendship means so much to you, I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up on that 30-year friendship just because of this mistress. Um, you know, reach back out to him and and really, let him know what you all friendships mean to you if you haven't done so already, because 30 years is a long time to be friends with someone. And I know, sometimes people comes in our lives for a short period of time, a long period of time, or but this has been 30 years. And this won't be my first time seeing a long friendship break up, but you don't want to see that, especially if this problem of you giving your opinion um, is the cause of you to ending your friendship. So I hope that you guys can come together and reunite together and become friends again. But just let him. You gave your opinion. You told him how you felt about it. So just let him walk that road. You know, at the end of the day, he will find out if he made that mistake. Because a lot of times people think the grass is green on the other side, as they say, and 9 times out of 10 it's not.
No, that's not true.
But I'm speaking. This is mine.
It's her opinion.
Thank you. Sometimes it does work out for the better when you leave that person. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm talking about for the ones that have a wife or a husband at home and they're out cheating on them. And then when their husband and that wife finally, say that they're done, or they want a divorce or whatever, they want out the marriage or whatever, or even girlfriend and boyfriend, they want out the relationship. But you thought who you was tiptoeing with was more important than you trying to work out what you have at home. But anywho, I'm saying to you, my friend, the one that wrote the letter, you did what you were supposed to do. Well, that you thought was right. You gave him your opinion. Reach out to him once again, and like I said, and tell him from the bottom of your heart what your friendship meant to you, and leave it alone. That's all you can do. Leave it alone from there. Let him hang himself if he's making a bad decision, because you really, truly don't know what is going on inside their home. That being said, I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Thank you to the young man who wrote the letter. We appreciate you, and hopefully you can give us some feedback in the coming months or whatever, what is going on between you and your friend of 30 years. We wish you the best of luck. Neat, as always, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate
No problem.
so much. My brother Victor, damn it boy White, who gets on my nerves half the time, but love dearly. Thank you so much for joining.
I'm always gonna speak the truth, whether you believe it or not. It's a fact.
Oh God.
Just like the grass ain't greener 9 out of 10 times. That's not true.
Yeah, well, it has truth to it. The grass isn't always green on the other side. Sometimes it's fake.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's fake.
Yep. Sometimes it's fake. Because you know what? Because sometimes that person who you're dealing with, who you're cheating with, they don't want you when you leave that person. They only wanted you because it was a fun thing to do, the excitement of it. But now that you left and you could be theirs, they don't want you.
Ain't y'all boy Steve Harvey cheated on his wife and now he with the...
We ain't talking about those celebrities.
Oh, no.
They do it all the time.
We got shit to do with celebrity. We talking about a cheater. Y'all don't like that, but because I can talk about Steve, because I ain't gonna talk about nobody real on here.
Why not?
He just made up.
Since you're real, aren't you real?
No,
Aren't
I'm
you
not.
always saying the truth? Oh, okay.
I'm fake.
The judgments on the show is not Victor's comments, judgments is not the comments and judgments of Tangy Tea of Life. Because I
It's
stand
just a
behind
third
my
of it.
word when I say that all men is not the same. And I know that for a fact.
Shit. You
All
can't
men aren't the
speak
same.
on one man.
Yes, I can.
But
I can speak on my brother. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact because my brother was not after his wife for that reason. They was not connected like that until they got married. So not all
Oh, that's
men
beautiful.
go into a relationship looking for sex. Let's be clear about that.
So you knew what he was thinking?
I mean, who don't think
You just
about
said
See,
it.
what if?
Now you backtracking.
I'm not
No, because
backtracking.
y'all are saying
He wasn't
y'all are
after
saying
that.
no. Y'all are saying two different things. She's saying, well, you're saying for one, all men think alike. She's saying all men don't act the same, and that is a true statement. Both of y'all, neither one of y'all are wrong. All men don't act alike, but
Nope.
they do. A lot of them do have the same thought process.
Every man thinks alike. All of them.
So it's not so much as that's what I was saying, as he may not act on it, but he is probably thinking about it.
Thank you.
Like
And
all
everybody
of y'all
gonna tell
think
you
y'all
their
Peter
thoughts.
Bird big, but all of your Peters ain't big. Let's
It
be clear.
depends on who looking at it. That's why I
Yeah,
like
and it
Mitch.
depends on who has it.
I like
You know,
Mitch.
to some women,
Yeah, I bet you do.
for some women, a 6-inch is the biggest they've ever had, and to some women, that's the smallest. So it's all in. You know, you gotta be your biggest cheerleader.
I'm out. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We're so glad to be back tonight. We missed you guys 2 weeks straight. We are back, and we're so grateful for that. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate all of your comments, even though we didn't get to all of them. We appreciate each and every one of you for supporting the tea each and every week that we're live. Once again, please keep Fatine and his family in your prayers as they're dealing with bereavement in their family. And to all the families out there who are dealing with bereavement, our hearts and prayers are going out to each and every one of you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Love up on one another and live this thing called life to the fullest. Enjoy life, folks. Until next time, we will talk with you then. Good night.